we're just going to wait. I'm Bob the Canadian, and I'm doing a live lesson right now on celebrities. So welcome to this lesson. Just waiting for it to go live. Sometimes it takes a moment. Sometimes you need to click go live. Anyways, let's get this lesson started. Hi, I'm Bob the Canadian. Let me start again. Hi, I'm Bob the Canadian, and welcome to this English lesson about celebrities. This is something I don't actually know a lot about, but I will do my best to teach you a few things about celebrities and about people who are rich. I'm not rich. Some of you think I'm becoming a celebrity because I have 500,000 subscribers now, but I don't feel that way. I'm just a guy who likes to make videos for you so that you can learn more English. But let me just check something for a moment here. I hope everything is working well. As you can see, I have my mic closer again. I will try to talk as clearly as I possibly can. And I just want to say thank you for being here. Let's learn a little bit about celebrities. Before we get started, please remember to keep the chat in English. If you do have questions during the lesson about the lesson, please use the form that either Dave or Todd will link in the chat. And as well, if you are new here, don't forget to click that little subscribe button there, not the microphone. I feel like I'm pointing to my microphone when I say that now. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and become a subscriber of this channel. You'll get notifications when I do a new video. But I think we should get started. Celebrities. So for some reason in this world, we are fascinated with people who are famous, who are popular, who are rich. So I thought I should do an English lesson about some of the words and phrases we use when we talk about celebrities. You can see right here, I have a picture of Beyonce. I do have to say when I start this that most of the celebrities that I will talk about will either be American or well-known world celebrities. I know your country will have its own celebrities. I will not be talking about the celebrities in countries like Chile or Ukraine because I'm not familiar with who your celebrities are. So I apologize. This is going to be a very North American look at the world of celebrity. I think most of the celebrities I've chosen you will know. I did pick a few from other countries that I was aware of, but I'm not going to just talk about celebrities, though. I'm going to talk about the words and phrases that we use when we talk about celebrity. Let me just adjust something here, and let's get started with the lesson. First of all, there's Kanye West. I'm not sure if you know who Kanye West is, but let's talk about the word celebrity. When someone has many articles in the newspaper, when someone is in the news a lot, when someone releases a lot of songs or stars in a lot of movies, and when someone is just familiar to everyone, we call them a celebrity. They live a celebrity lifestyle, but we would call them a celebrity. So Kanye West, in most parts of the world, mostly just North America, if you say Kanye, you don't even need to say his last name. So you could say that his name has become a household name. This is a term we sometimes use in English to describe someone who is very famous. This is BTS. If you're from South Korea, you will know who this is. If you're from some parts of the world other than North or South Korea, you will also know who BTS is. They are quite famous in the world. But I wanted to talk about the word. I'm having trouble speaking English this morning. Sorry about that. I will slow down and speak as clearly as possible. I wanted to talk about the word famous versus fame. So when you are famous, you have fame, okay? So a lot of people want fame in the world. They want to be famous. So notice a little difference there between how you use the two words. When someone is very famous, then everyone knows who they are. They have a lot of fame. You could also say that they are well known. This is Matt Damon. He's one of my favorite actors, movie actor. When someone is famous, you could also describe them as being well known. So this is the well-known actor, Matt Damon. You can see I used the term in a sentence there. He is well known for many roles in many movies, including The Martian, which is one of my favorite books and movies. Matt Damon doesn't star in the book, though. Sorry, you can't star in a book. That was just a little joke to make myself laugh. And I also saw Ashraf Hussan say, Bob is our rock star in the chat. And that made me giggle as well. Thank you, Ashraf, for the compliment. That's very good. Lolly in the chat is saying Kanye West is going to be president of the United States. I don't know. Let's ask Brent in the chat for his opinion on that. But yeah, I'm not sure what will happen in that country. I just live on top of it in Canada. Um, of course, this is the Kardashians, and I wanted to go over the term rich and famous. So we sometimes refer to celebrities as the rich and famous. We use both words to describe them. This is a very common term. I think there was even a television show called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. But if you are one of the rich and famous, it means two things. It means you have a lot of money, and most of the world knows who you are. So the term rich and famous. Let's see here. Just a reminder again in the chat, just have conversations with each other. It makes for a wonderful experience for you. I, of course, when there are almost 300 people watching, I don't have time to answer the chat. It's a challenge for me. But please, if you have questions, use the forum to ask them. This is an older term, the jet set. This isn't used as much in English anymore, but a long time ago, well, it's still used a little bit, but this refers to the people who their primary mode of travel is to fly in a private jet. So we would call them the jet set. I think this term was a little more popular in the 80s, maybe in the 90s, but you still might hear it every once in a while on television or in a movie, the jet set. And then we just use the word popular. Like, oh, she's really popular right now. This is Oprah Winfrey. She is a very popular TV personality in the United States. When we say someone is popular, it means a lot of people know who they are. We also use the term popular when we talk about kids in school, especially in high school. We'll say, oh, that kid is very popular, or that person is very popular. So when you're popular, it means a lot of people know who you are. And you can see this is where the term pop music comes from, popular music, pop music. Because it is the kind of music that's very, very popular. Just want to do one technical check here. I did adjust and bring my microphone in closer for this. And I made a few other changes. There was some feedback that the volume before last Saturday wasn't great. If you could just let me know in the chat if the volume is good, that would be great. Let me see here. I'm on the wrong screen. I need to go to this screen. The public eye. So the public is all of us, okay? So you have famous people, and then you have the public. Sometimes we say the general public. That just refers to all the people in the world. But celebrities live in the public eye, okay? So we refer to the way they live as being in the public eye, because it's very difficult for someone who is rich and famous to just go to the grocery store. Very difficult for them to go for a walk in their neighborhood, because there are often people who want to meet them or take pictures of them. So they live in the public eye. Currently, I know Prince Harry he moved to Canada, and then he moved to Los Angeles, and he's very much living in the public eye right now. I think it's very challenging for rich people, and although they have lots of money, it still can be challenging to live in the public eye. And then we have the word renowned. So when someone is renowned, it means that they're known for something. This is Albert Einstein. He was a renowned scientist. He was involved in researching things like nuclear fusion. Fusion. Look it up. I'm not a scientist. But he was renowned. Sometimes you'll hear about someone who is a renowned artist or a renowned author. It means that they've done a lot of work in their life that has made them recognizable or somewhat popular. So they are renowned. Let me go one more slide. Actually, I'm going to pause here and I'm going to go to some questions. I think this is Shura Khan. If you're from India, you will know better than me. Bollywood creates a lot of movies. I've watched a few. They are really, really good. But before I talk about movie stars, actors, and the types of celebrities, I'm just going to take a minute to answer a few questions. So let me find a question and let me get it up on the screen while you're waiting. Let's see. Actually, I got the next question right here. Ruslan says, hello, Teacher Bob. It's nice to see you again. If you were having a party, which celebrity would you like to see on your guest list? I think Matt Damon. I know I talk about Matt Damon a lot. I mean, he is a good actor. I think one of the reasons I like Matt Damon is he seems normal to me. And also because I like almost every single movie that he is in. I liked all of the Bourne movies. I liked The Martian, which I mentioned before. So that's someone who I would definitely invite. But actually, overall, I'm not sure I would invite a celebrity to a party because my parties are small. And I think I would be just nervous to have a celebrity at my party. Let's see here. Next question is from Chris P. Bacon. Good morning, Teacher Bob. Good morning, Chris. What do you think are the advantages and disadvantages of being a celebrity? Thank you. Well, I think one of the advantages is that if you've managed your money well, you have money. So you can do things that maybe normal people can't do. I think one of the disadvantages is that so many people know you, it's difficult to go out in public. So I think that would be one of the advantages and one of the disadvantages if you were to be a celebrity. You know, some celebrities don't have a lot of money. Sometimes they don't manage their money well and they go broke. That means they basically have no money left. Let's see here. Next question is from Modine. I like Modine's questions. They're always really good. Hi, Mr. Bob. Hi, Modine. Have you ever wished you were a celebrity or to have a private life? And would that be better for you? Some people change their behavior with friends when they become celebrities. No, I have never wished to be a celebrity. I know some of you think that because I have a lot of subscribers on YouTube, maybe I'm becoming well known, but I would never really want to be super, super famous. That does not interest me. In fact, I love teaching all of you English, but you know, someday in the future, I will stop. Not soon. I'm going to do this for years, but eventually I will quietly do something else, probably. Not soon, by the way. I'm going to make YouTube videos for at least 2 or 3 more years. You have lots of time to watch my lessons, so we'll see. Let's see here. Next question is a grammar question. So I'm only going to do questions that are on topic. So please make sure when you submit a question, it's on topic. So next question is from Kevin from Vietnam. Hi, Teacher Bob. Have a good day. Thank you, Kevin. Can you tell me your favorite artist? So interestingly enough, in English, when you ask someone who their favorite artist is, you're actually talking about musicians or singers. So even though technically an artist is someone who paints or creates art, when you use the word artist, we usually are referring to a musician. So some of my favorite artists are classic rock bands like the Rolling Stones or the Who. I just have a lot of artists that I really like. I don't have any artists, true artists, that I could say. I have not bought any art in my life. I should start doing that soon. Let's see here. Last question, and then we'll get back to the lesson. Daniel from Czech. Dear Bob, who is your favorite celebrity from Canada? Thank you, Dan. Justin Bieber? Okay, no, not really. I do like Justin Bieber, though. He grew on me. So that means that when Justin Bieber first started making music, I didn't like it. But I feel like his music has become better over time. So he's not my favorite celebrity from Canada, though. I think Jim Carrey, there's a comedian, Jim Carrey. He's one of my favorite celebrities from Canada. Or Mike Myers, another funny guy. Most of these Canadians eventually move to Hollywood and end up starring in American movies. Let's get back to the lesson, though. So there are a lot of different ways to become a celebrity. You become good in one of the following jobs, I guess, or fields. You become a movie star like Shah Rukh Khan, or actor. So you could say, oh, he's a famous movie star, or he's a famous actor. And then just so you know, we've started to use the word actor to refer to both male and female actors. We do use the word actress sometimes still, but generally You can say things like Charlize Theron is an actor. That's fine to say. Even though she's a woman, you can still say she's an actor. And you can use actress, but I think we're trying to become more gender neutral in how we refer to people. So I am going to pause for a sec and say welcome to the 400 people watching. Awesome that you're here. If you are new, you should click the subscribe button. That's always a good thing to do. And thumbs up are good too. This is a duo from France, actually. Their names are Big Flo and Ollie. So I don't know if Lolly Lolly is familiar with Big Flo and Ollie. But you can become famous by being a pop star or a rock star or a pop singer or a musician or a rapper or a music artist. There are a lot of different terms, but just as you can become famous by being in movies, you can also become famous by creating music. So I'm just waiting to see in the chat if Lolly recognizes Big Flo and Ollie. I was going to put a picture of Vianney, but I thought, I don't know, I like Vianney's music a lot, but maybe nobody would know who he was. You might just be an influencer. So this is Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez obviously has a huge music career as well, but she's also one of the top influencers in the world. That means that on Instagram and maybe other social media platforms, she has many, many followers, okay? So she obviously became famous because she has excellent musical talents, but she also has an enormous following on social media. So we could refer to her as a musician or a singer, but we could also refer to her as an influencer because she has so many people who do follow her. For sure. Lolly Lolly says yes in the chat. So big shout out to France, and their music is awesome. I listened to quite a bit of it. I hope this picture doesn't cause a fight in the chat. But you also can become famous, maybe rich and famous, by playing a sport professionally. So you might be a professional athlete. So I'm not sure if you know who these guys are. If you watch football or soccer in the world, though, you will know who they are, Ronaldo and Messi. And there's always a controversy, right, about who is the better player. But you can become rich and famous. You can become rich, you can become famous, or both, by playing a professional sport. So the sports that pay the best are probably football, soccer, and then a lot of the American sports pay really well. So if you can play in the National Football League, or if you can play in the National Hockey League, or if you can play in the NBA, or if you can play in the, did I get them all? Oh, Major League Baseball. So there are a number of ways, depending on what country you are in and what sport is the most popular, but you can definitely become rich and famous by playing a sport. You might become famous or rich and famous because you are a TV personality. This is Graham Norton from the UK. A TV personality. By the way, this is a pretty cool talk show. If you are looking to improve your British English, or if you are practicing that type of English, this is a great show to watch. I sometimes watch it myself, and it's a lot of fun. But you can become rich and famous if you are a TV personality, either on a talk show or on a reality TV show or on just a regular scripted television show. You would be referred to as a TV personality. You might be a late night talk show host, like Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. Those are two American late night talk show hosts. And that might be another way that you become rich and famous. You don't become rich and famous teaching English on YouTube, but it's a lot of fun. So I wanted to talk about the difference between comedian and comic, because I think some people get confused with the two. So this is Chris Rock. So when you go to a club and someone stands up front with a microphone and tells jokes, we would call them a stand-up comic, okay? Some people will call them a stand-up comedian, so you can use them interchangeably. Technically, that person would be a stand-up comic or a comic. A comedian would be someone who acts in little sketches or plays to make you laugh on a show more like Saturday Night Live. But I will tell you this, we use these words kind of interchangeably. So another way to become rich and famous is, of course, to be funny. Funny people generally get lots of laughs, and then they can usually become rich and famous if they can make people laugh regularly. Maybe you are a CEO. This is Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and a few other companies. A CEO is the chief executive officer of a company. So especially in North America, and maybe in your countries as well, people who rise to positions of power in different companies sometimes can become famous. Elon Musk is actually quite well known. He's quite famous. He's not an actor. He's not a rock star. He's not he's not a famous artist. He's famous because he's really good at inventing things and making companies profitable. I think it's profitable right now. Tesla, we'll see. But CEO, that is another one. The late Steve Jobs, that's another example of someone who became very popular and very famous by starting a company. Bill Gates, who started the company Microsoft, is another example of someone who became famous because of the things that they created and the things that they sold. You might become famous because you are a politician. So this is, of course, Donald Trump. He has become famous for a variety of reasons. One, he was already rich. Two, he became a TV personality on the show. I can't remember the name of the show right now. Maybe Brent can remind me of the name of the show where Donald Trump would fire people. The Apprentice, that's what it was called. So he was already rich. He became more famous because he was a TV personality. And then he has become even more well-known and more famous because he is the current president of the United States. So he's used a number of different routes in order to become rich and famous. I think his wealth, though, came from his parents. I think his parents were actually rich. You might be famous because you're royalty. So there are a number of countries in the world that still have a royal family. One of those countries is Great Britain. And so this is Queen Elizabeth. So you might be famous. You might be rich and famous because you were born into the royal family of a specific country. There are royal families in a number of countries in the world. The one most familiar to me is the royal family that Queen Elizabeth is the head of. And we were excited because Harry and Meghan moved to Canada, but they did have to move to LA for a little bit. So hopefully they come back to Canada. But they're not part of the royal family anymore. They decided to step away from being part of the royal family. So I know there are other royal families in the world, but certainly royalty is a way to become rich and famous. It's probably the easiest way and the hardest way. Like if you're born into a royal family, it's really easy. You're not in a royal family, not going to happen for you. Karlie Kloss is a fashion model. So another way to gain fame, another way to be popular or to be well known is to become a fashion model. Fashion models usually show off new clothing lines. They show off the latest styles at fashion shows. They would walk the runway and they would show off what new designs fashion designers are creating. So there are fashion models from all over the world, and generally they can become quite famous as a fashion model. Let me just check here. Yes, I'm going to go to some questions. Give me a sec here to get the next question up. I do want to say hi to the 428 people watching. Hi, everybody. It's cool to see you having little conversations in the chat. And please keep the chat civil. That means please be kind to each other. As I show pictures of different celebrities or different people who are popular, please be positive in how you react to them. Let's see here. Next question is from Ashraf Hussein. Can we call humanitarian person or philanthropist as a celebrity? Let me rephrase that. Can we rephrase that? Can we call a humanitarian person or a philanthropist a celebrity? Yes, definitely. But usually they made their money before they started to give away their money. So a humanitarian or a philanthropist is someone who has lots of wealth and gives away their wealth to help the world. Bill Gates would be a good example of this, but he didn't become famous for giving away money. Bill and Melinda Gates made their money in Microsoft, the company, and then they started the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in order to give away some of that money. So, but yes, definitely. Next question is from Sam. Sam from Taiwan. That's no doubt you are considered a celebrity with people here. What do you think about being a celebrity? Does it change your life? No, at this point in time, if you think I'm a celebrity, which I don't think I'm a celebrity, but if you think I am, it has not changed my life much. The only thing I can say is that it is very humbling. I think, in awe and just very thankful for everyone who has ever clicked the red subscribe button on my channel. So at this point in time, it has made me very grateful and very thankful. So thank you to all of you who are subscribers. It is very hard for me to believe that 500,000 people or more now have clicked the red subscribe button. So I don't feel like a celebrity, Sam. I feel very thankful. So thank you very much for doing that. Let's go to the next one. So talk Italian with Arone. Correct. Congratulations for your big milestone, Bob. Have you ever met a celebrity? Ciao, Bob. No, I think I met a famous golfer once at the border, but he was really far away from me. So I have not met a celebrity in person. My friend did go and talk to him. I think the golfer was Greg Norman. I think that was his name. But I didn't even know who he was. So no. And then I guess, no, I haven't really met a celebrity. No. Maybe someday I'll meet a celebrity. Natalia. Bob, when did you realize that you were a celebrity? I have not realized that I am a celebrity, nor do I recognize that I am a celebrity. I'm just Bob. I'm just Bob the Canadian. I'm just a guy on YouTube teaching English. Next question from Daria. Daria says, hello, Bob. Hope you feel well in that beautiful day. My question is, who is your favorite? Oh, just a sec here. Oh, I see. Sorry, Daria. You were correct. My question is, what's your favorite celebrity? Musicians, politicians, actors, athletes, or maybe scientists or public persons? I would say my favorite celebrities are people who contribute to society in some way. So I would say I do like Elon Musk. I do like Bill and Melinda Gates. I do like people who either invent really cool things to help change the world, or who have made money and now use their money to help other people. So that's what I would say. Let's see here. Eagle Fly from East Timor. Hi, Eagle Fly. Hi, Teacher Bob. How are you there? I'm good, by the way. My question is, what is your favorite singer and actor or actress? Thank you for answering my question. Cheers from East Timor. So I think my favorite singer, like I do like some French singers right now. So I do like Vianney. I've mentioned that a couple of times. I do like Big Flo and Ollie. I think when you talk about English singers, I like almost anything that's on the radio right now. But I do like, there's a little spider there. I do like classic rock. So that's for sure. And then actor, I like Matt Damon. I think he's a great actor. He does a great job. Hey, let me do one more question here, and then we will move on. Rod. Hi, Rod. Rod says, first off, congrats on the 500K. So much deserved. Were you ever starstruck? Who were you a fan of as a teenager? Thanks so much. I can't remember as a teenager. I really liked the singer Bryan Adams as a teenager. He's a Canadian singer. Bryan Adams has sung he's written and sung some very cool songs. So I think for sure. But I don't think I was ever starstruck. I was really into computers when I was a teenager. I wasn't that into movies or music. I just liked computers a lot. And you're all benefiting from that right now, because it doesn't take me long to figure out how to set up new equipment and use it well. Let me see here. I am going to make just one little change. Give me one moment here, everybody. It is 8:30 my time, so I am going to enable members only chat just for a bit. So if you have a question and you are a member of the channel, first of all, thank you. And if you would like to become a member, there is a join button down there. Becoming a member helps to support everything I do. And it is, I think, kind of exciting for some of you, I hope. Anyways, if you are a member, you can ask a question directly in the chat right now. I am going to continue, though, with the lesson. So if you are someone with a green name and a little crown in the chat, you can ask a question. Um, if you're famous, let me make this bigger. Sometimes you have an entourage. There was actually an entire television show called Entourage. An entourage would be the people who hang out with you because you are rich and famous. So they're kind of like friends, but in a way, they're kind of like friends who only hang out with you because you're rich, maybe. Anyways, you will have a group of people around you, and you might call them an entourage. Madi says, change your name to English, communicating with another person in the chat. Thank you, Madi, for that. Lolly says, Bob, how can I become rich and famous? I am a funny girl. You need to have a talent. I think you can become rich and famous maybe through hard work, but certainly I would say the best route these days would probably be to become an actor or a movie star or a rock star. I mean, that's not easy. I don't think there's an easy way. Also, I think a lot of people catch a lucky break, and that helps them become famous. Sam the Taiwanese says, hi, Teacher Bob. Honestly, you're one of my idols. I'd like to suggest, is it possible to have a fans meeting online or in person at least once a year? It would be super cool. I'm not sure yet, Sam. People have requested that I have a meetup in Toronto sometime. But because of COVID, I haven't really thought about that at all. But because so many of you are from so many places in the world, it would be very difficult to have a meetup. A meetup or a meet and greet is where you allow people to come and say hi, and you just have a little conversation with them in kind of a nice atmosphere. But we wouldn't be able to do that. So maybe someday, I don't know if anybody would come. We'll see. Brent says, some say Nickelback is the greatest Canadian band. Agree or disagree? I am not a fan, and I'm not a fan of Nickelback. I like some of their songs, but some people don't like Nickelback. I'm not sure why. Madi says, hey, Bob, would you like to be famous? If yes, which sector? One day, one time a long time ago, I thought it would be cool to be like a famous computer programmer, but that doesn't exist in the world. Computer programmers just work in back rooms and are never usually famous. Gleb says, hello, Teacher Bob. Have a good day. I heard Hollywood often makes movies in Canada because this process is cheaper in Canada than in the US. Is this true? Thank you very much. So I did a few corrections on your question there, Gleb. But yes, it is true. In fact, I live close to the city of Hamilton. There are a few movies and TV shows that are made in Hamilton. And then British Columbia is the province on the west coast of Canada. So it's actually north of Hollywood, California. It's a bit of a drive, but it's close-ish. And a lot of movies are made there as well. And I think because it's cheaper, we also have some really good talent. There are some good actors from Canada. Let's see here. Lolly says, okay, I'll never become rich and famous. Nickelback is kind of a joke here in the US. Sorry about that, Brent. I'm not sure why. They're a good band. We'll have to see. And then Bare Naked Ladies, great Canadian band. So you might hear the name and wonder, whoa, what are you talking about, Bob? But there is a band called the Bare Naked Ladies. They are not ladies, and they are not naked. But they were a band when I was growing up and still now that makes great music. So if you want to listen to some great music, search for them on YouTube. Make sure you put a "the" in front. Search for music by the Bare Naked Ladies. That should get it to you. Rod, I just want to say your collab with Brent, American English with this guy in the ice cream video was really great. How you two can do something together again. Yes, that was a lot of fun. I actually had a really busy week. But I thought to myself, I should just shoot a little clip of me showing the ice cream that we have in the freezer. The ice cream I showed in Brent's video is now all gone, by the way. My kids have eaten all of it. Let's see here. Madi, field. Yeah, you could use sector or field, but field would probably have made a little more sense. Let's see here. Let's get to the lesson. So one thing that helps people stay rich once they are famous is they get endorsements or brand deals. One of the most famous ones in the United States is something called the Wheaties box. Now that kind of cuts it off a bit, but the Wheaties box is a kind of breakfast cereal, and they usually have a professional athlete on the Wheaties box, and over the years it has been someone different. But basketball players usually try to get brand deals. They try to become someone who gets an endorsement. They start to endorse different products. So basketball players often endorse different basketball shoes from Nike, and those kinds of things. So one thing, once you are rich and famous, one way to stay rich and famous is to get brand deals. Usually when a famous person does something bad, they're usually worried they're going to lose their endorsements. They're going to lose their brand deals. And that does happen sometimes. So we have, good morning, I'm Edson. I'm Brazilian. Hi, Edson. Good to hear from you. And then Brent says, Alanis Morissette is also amazing. Yes, for sure. So just a few things here on how rich and famous people are different than the rest of us. They tend to live in a mansion, not a house. So most of us, normal people in the world, live in a house or an apartment. Rich people tend to live in mansions. So a mansion is a gigantic house. And then sometimes they have, if they are American, they might have a house on the West Coast and on the East Coast, because cities like New York and cities like Hollywood specialize in entertainment. And so sometimes they'll have a house in both places. And it might be a mansion in both places if they have lots of money. Sometimes they live on a private island. I think Johnny Depp, the actor, has a private island. I'm not sure. But yes, sometimes they live on a private island. Let's see here. Sometimes they have a yacht instead of a boat. They might still have a small boat, but generally the richer you are, you tend to buy bigger and more luxurious things. So for instance, they might have a luxury car or a fancy sports car or a high-end sports car. They usually don't have a minivan, although some do. You know, some celebrities, some rich and famous people are married with kids, and they might have a minivan in order to drive around with their kids. Let's see here. Or they might ride around in a limousine. So a limousine is, the short form would be a limo. So sometimes a rich or famous person might arrive somewhere in a limo. So it's the short version of limousine. They sometimes fly around in a private jet. When I fly somewhere, I fly in the normal jet, the normal airplane. I don't fly business class. I don't fly first class. I just fly as a normal person. I can't afford all of those expensive things, but they might fly in a private jet. They might actually own a jet. Brent says the Washington football team had to change their name because they lost endorsements. So yes, currently in the United States, a lot of professional sports teams are using Native American names or terminology for their team name, and it's not considered cool anymore. So some teams are losing endorsements. Companies are saying, we no longer want to endorse you because we don't agree with what you're doing. So Washington is one of the teams that is changing their name. Lolly says, private island, my dream. Yeah, I just always wonder, if you live on a private island, is it hard to, let's go back. Is it hard to get groceries? Like how do you get groceries? I guess you jump in your yacht or your private jet and then you go get groceries, something like that. Madi says, by the way, what's the difference between palace and mansion? I think just size, Madi. I think a mansion is a house that's just really big, multiple rooms, multiple bathrooms. And then, certainly a palace is something more related to royalty. You know, if you're a king or queen or prince, you might live in a palace. And a palace is definitely bigger than a mansion. If you're a rock star, you might have a tour bus. So when you go on tour, when you go to different places to perform, you might go on a tour bus. And it's usually a bus that is like a home. So it's a bit like an RV, a recreational vehicle. But if you are rich and famous, you might have a tour bus. Let's see here. Sergio says, hi, Bob, you look great. Thanks, Sergio. That's nice of you to say. And Gleb says, minivan with Swarovski crystal. Yeah, they probably have it all decked out. Or decked out means that they've spent money to make it look nicer. Let's see here. I have 2 toy private jets. Yvonne says, hi, Teacher Bob. Nice to see you. How are you this morning? Have you ever seen a popular celebrity like an actor, singer, or professional athlete, etc., on your way down the street that you recognize? No. The only famous people I have seen have been on stage at concerts, really, except, like I mentioned, that one golfer who I I think it was Greg Norman, but I don't really know. Um, let's see here. Brent says, Gleb, we have a Swarovski store not far from my house. I can't pronounce the name though. I can't either, Brent. That's a hard one to say. And then Rod says, the Island of Brian is a great Canadian reality TV show to watch. So the Isle of Brian, Island of Brian. So Brian and his wife are Canadian TV personalities. They specialize in home renovation, and they've moved to an island in the Caribbean or the Caribbean. There's two ways to say it. And they're kind of renovating a resort. So it is a cool show to watch for sure. Thanks, Rod, for mentioning that. Let's see here. I'm going to do a few questions. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good question. Here we go. Henry from Taiwan. Hi, Teacher Bob. Do you think that celebrities should have higher moral standards as their public figures, usually drawing people's attention? Thank you. Well, that's a tricky one. I think they should just in general be good people and try to be good people. But I also think sometimes it's hard for them because we don't give them a lot of privacy. So it's hard for me to imagine what it would be like if photographers were waiting at the end of my driveway every day. Like if there was, I'll get to the word in a sec, they're called paparazzi. So I think they should behave not better than everyone. I just think everyone in the world should behave nicely. Let's see here. Next question from Katerina from Ukraine. Good day, Teacher Bob. Were you a member of a school band or a school star? No. When I was in school, the only thing that made me not famous, but what I was known for is I knew a lot about computers. Okay. So I was the kid who knew a lot about computers. For a long time in my life, I was the person who knew how to fix a lot of things. Now, not so much. I do a lot more YouTube and a lot less playing around with computers. So for instance, I bought that computer. I didn't build that computer. Normally, I would have built the computer. Give me a sec here, and I'm going to turn chat back on for everybody. I do want to mention, as I do that, thank you so much to all of you who are members. By the way, a member of the channel is someone who has clicked the join button. They get to have their name in green and a small crown, like they're rich and famous. You get a crown if you become a member of my channel. And you do that by clicking the join button below and helping to support me. What do I do with the money you give me? I buy equipment. So in the last few months, I have bought a number of pieces of equipment to make this live stream better. Those of you that remember, I used to just hold up paper, but I had Dave build me this awesome piece of software. By the way, I do want to thank Todd and Dave, and I do want to mention again, in a few weeks, we're going to do a Friday lesson on university and college, and all of the super chats, all of the super stickers, all of the earnings that day will go to Dave and Todd to help them pay for their education. So by the way, they don't do this for free. I do pay them to help out, but I thought that would be a fun way to help them out. We'll do that in probably 3 weeks, maybe 2. Let's see here. So Renata, hi Renata. Hi Bob, humble greetings from Brazil. You may not think you are a celebrity, but you are a wonderful man and you have a wonderful wife. You are one lucky guy. Be well. So thank you, Renata, for that. Earlier, before the lesson started, Madi in the chat and I were talking about how health is probably one of the most important things in life. I would say that if given a choice, if I was told that I could be rich and famous, I would right away say, but will I be healthy? Because I really feel like health is important. I really do. Dave saying, thanks to Bob for being so generous. I haven't been generous yet, Dave, but I will be. Sorry, maybe you think I've been generous. We'll see. Anyways, I do want to say I appreciate Todd and Dave. They really do help make this work well. So let me get to the next question. Park from Beijing. Hello, Bob. How are you? My favorite Canadian celebrity is Celine Dion. So Celine Dion is a singer originally from Quebec. I think she now lives in Las Vegas and has shows in Las Vegas. I'm not sure if she's still doing that, but certainly Celine Dion is someone who came from Canada, among many other famous Canadians in the world. Let's see here. Next question is from Evgeny. Hi, Bob. Who are your favorite movie stars? Matt Damon. Definitely Matt Damon. Let's see here. Next question from Nathan GR. Hello, Teacher Bob. What's up? Who is your favorite celebrity? Little correction there, Nathan. Thanks. Matt Damon. I feel like you guys are gonna think that I like Matt Damon too much, but he's cool. I do like him. Amit. Hi, Bob. Have a nice day. Have you ever had a picture taken with any celebrities in your country? No, I haven't. So I did correct your question there a little bit. Amit, I have not. I know that some people like to, if they see a celebrity, they like to get a selfie with the celebrity, but I have not ever done that. Let's see here. Annette de Quebec. Usually celebrities have real talent in a particular area. In what area would you like to have such talent other than teaching English where you already excel? So are you talking like in the dream world? I would love to be an amazing electric guitarist and be in a rock band. I don't play the guitar, but if I had a dream when I was in my late teens, it would have probably been to be a famous rock star, a famous guitarist, but don't play the guitar, never learned to play the guitar. Not going to play the guitar. I'm just going to keep teaching English. Next question. Ugur, hi Teacher Bob. Do you think that celebrities should be among the ones who lead the society for good? Yes, I do think celebrities have an obligation to be good people. Some are, some aren't, but I do wish they would all be awesome and share their wealth a little bit. Vivian Lee, hi Bob. Do you like watching martial arts movies? So a little correction there. Do you like watching martial arts movies, especially in Chinese kung fu movie played by Bruce Lee? Yes, I love Bruce Lee. I have watched a number of Bruce Lee movies from much earlier. He was a very cool person. So yes, definitely there was a time in my life where I watched a lot of martial arts movies for sure. Let's get back to the lesson. We were on tour bus. People are only celebrities because they have fans. So fans are people who like that person a lot. So here you see Prince Harry. I don't think we call him Prince Harry anymore, but we have Prince Harry, and there are all kinds of adoring fans. Sometimes we add the word adoring in front. So an adoring fan is someone who really loves the celebrity a lot. So here we have Prince Harry, and you can see that he has many, many adoring fans. Let me check the time here. Okay, we're good. We also have a term called fanboy. A fanboy is someone who really likes a certain company and the products they make. So if you know someone who only buys iPhones and doesn't buy Android, or you know someone who, let's see here, only buys Canon cameras and will never buy a Sony camera, you would say they're a fanboy. So there are a lot of Apple fanboys. These are people who only ever buy Apple products. There are a lot of Canon fanboys. These are people who only buy Canon products. It's kind of a slang term. It's a recent term. But a fanboy is someone who likes a company and the products that they make. Sorry, I have an itchy nose this morning. I know it's not nice to scratch my nose on camera. The paparazzi. So when you are really rich and really famous, actually famous more than rich, you might have people who are constantly trying to take your picture or a picture of your wife or a picture of your kids, because they know that if they get a picture of you, they can sell it. They can sell it to something called a tabloid. Tabloids are newspapers and websites now that specialize in news about celebrities. So often really, really famous people will have people with cameras follow them everywhere they go. They will have people with cameras outside their houses who are constantly trying to take a picture of them or their wife or their husband, depending on who they are, or their kids. And it's become even worse now because there are drones. So people have now started to use drones to try and get pictures of celebrities. So that is something that the paparazzi do. So paparazzi, probably an Italian word. Big shout out to Italy and all my Italian friends. Thanks for the word. And again, they like to sell that to the tabloids. Tabloids are newspapers that try to find information about really famous people so they can write news articles about them and then sell them to them. So they are always looking for pictures from the paparazzi. Here's Justin Bieber. When you are Famous. We sometimes say that you are in the limelight. It's an older word, but you will still hear it. Actually, the band Rush has a great song called Limelight. You should listen to it. It's an older song. But when you live in the limelight, it means that you are in the public eye. When you're in the limelight, it means that you're currently famous. You're currently well known. So, for instance, Justin Bieber, he was in the limelight for a long time. And then he was out of the limelight for a little bit because he wasn't making music and he wasn't doing any concerts. So sometimes people are in the limelight, sometimes people are out of the limelight. It simply means whether you are in the public eye or out of the public eye. Let's see here. Lolly says, I don't like tabloids. I don't like gossip, even if it's juicy gossip. So excellent use of the word gossip there, Lolly. Gossip is fake news. Gossip is sometimes real news, but it's none of your business. But definitely tabloids write articles that are very much gossip. Let's see here. Sometimes we say that, I think it's Shakira and Beyonce, sometimes we say that rich and famous people are living the dream. So sometimes people, they want to be rich and famous. And when they see someone who is rich and famous, they will say, oh, that person is living the dream. As if all of us want to be rich and famous. And so if you can become rich and famous, then you are living the dream. So you dream about it, you want it, you eventually become famous, and then you are living the dream. So yes, this is a young Matt Damon. So I wanted to talk about the phrase up and coming. When you say someone is up and coming, it means they are new at being an actor or a singer or a musician. So you might say, this is a picture of Matt Damon when he was an up and coming actor. You might go see a band at a very small venue or just in a small bar, and it might be billed as this is an up and coming band. Okay. When you say something is billed as, it's called. So they might say, this is a band, a rock band. They're new. They have one hit song. They are an up and coming band. That means we think they will be famous someday. Right now, they are just getting started. So this is an up and coming Matt Damon. Sometimes we say that a person or a song or even a video can be an overnight sensation. This means that it goes from not being well known to being well known. So Tones and I had a song, Dance Monkey. I'm not going to sing it. This song was kind of an overnight sensation here in Canada. I believe Tones and I is from New Zealand. I hope I'm correct there. Sorry, Tones and I, if you want. But the song wasn't popular, and then all of a sudden you heard it everywhere. It was on the radio. It was on videos. It was, people were downloading it from Apple Music. So when something is not well known, or a person is not well known, and then very quickly they become popular and well known and famous, we would say that they are an overnight sensation, or you could say the song was an overnight sensation. Either way. Teacher Jose says, hi, Teacher Bob. I love this topic in the chat. No problem, Jose. Glad that you are enjoying it. And I do want to say hi to the over 500 people watching. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to click the red subscribe button. Click thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. And if you want to support my channel, click the join button down there somewhere. It's somewhere. It's maybe over there. Maybe it's over there. I'm not sure where it is. You might be familiar with the phrase to go viral. So I put a graph here of what go viral looks like. But when a song, or specifically a YouTube video or a small clip on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, when it suddenly gets hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views, we say that it is going viral. Many people who make videos for YouTube always hope their video will go viral. I don't. I just like to make videos that everyone watches and likes. And that's good enough for me, but people often will want their video to go viral. It simply means that it becomes popular very, very quickly. And then this is Tom Brady, and I want to talk about the phrase to get a lucky break. Sometimes when you are a professional athlete or a singer, you get a lucky break. A lucky break is when, let's say you are a singer and you really wanted to play at a certain venue, and they didn't want you. And suddenly they call and say, the act we have booked for tonight, the band we have booked for tonight can't play. Can you come and play tonight? that would be a lucky break. I have Tom Brady here because I'm pretty sure Tom Brady, excellent quarterback in the National Football League, but he did get a lucky break in a certain game because the main quarterback got injured. Maybe Brent, are you familiar at all with the New England Patriots? I think Drew Bledsoe got injured and Tom Brady came in. That was a lucky break. If I'm wrong, sorry about that, but it's a good example anyways. Sometimes you become rich and famous because you have talent, but sometimes along the way you are helped out because you get a lucky break. Okay. It can happen a lot in sport. I'm sure there are many examples in football or soccer where a player came on the field because an older player got injured, and they came on and they got a lucky break. They got in a game and they just excelled. So yeah, we should talk about the opposite of becoming rich and famous. So here are a few phrases you can use. Thanks, Brent. Yes, I'm a Patriots fan. You are correct. Drew Bledsoe. Yes. Yeah, I think I will actually watch that game, by the way. I do watch American football every once in a while. Anyways, you can become rich and famous. And sometimes at the other end of your life, you are no longer rich or famous. And so we have a few phrases here. The first is the phrase, let me reach up here, to go downhill. So if your career goes downhill, or if your popularity goes downhill, when something goes downhill, it just means it is getting, there's just less of it. So if your career goes downhill, you are less popular. You can also fall out of favor with people. So sometimes a rich or famous person will say something horrible, or they'll do something really bad, and people don't like them anymore. We would say that they have fallen out of favor, or that they, if they do that, they are going to fall out of favor. So sometimes they do things like they get in a car accident and they were drinking, or they say something inappropriate in a text. We would say that they fall out of favor. That means people used to love them. Now people are like, whoa, I don't like this person as much, or I don't like this person at all. And then the last phrase, to be washed up. When you are washed up, it means that you aren't good at whatever you used to do that made you rich and famous. Okay. And it isn't just for famous people. Let's say my English lessons in 5 years were horrible. You would say, he's washed up. Let's say you are a football player and you can't run very fast. Maybe you're 52 years old and you're still playing football. People might say, he's washed up. He shouldn't be playing anymore. He's not like what he used to be. So that's what washed up is. Hopefully I'm not washed up yet. Hopefully I'm getting better with age. Like fine wine. Hopefully I'm getting better with age. This is my last slide, and then I'll do a few questions. I just wanted to talk about the word impersonator. So we have celebrity impersonators. We have people who impersonate famous people. These are people who are impersonating Elvis Presley. There are many, many Elvis impersonators in North America and in the world. In fact, I think they meet several times a year. This is probably, I can never point the right way. This is probably an Elvis impersonator convention. But we definitely have people who are impersonators. In fact, I do like, let me see, I do like Elton John. He is a singer, a very popular singer. But I did go to a concert once by an Elton John impersonator called Elton Ron. So Elton Ron is an Elton John impersonator here in North America. And he dresses like Elton John. His name kind of sounds like Elton John, right? His name was Elton Ron. And when he sang, he sounded a lot like Elton John. So it was really fun. We went with the kids a few years ago, actually on Canada Day. Elton Ron was the band or the person who sang before they did fireworks. So anyways, that was super, super fun. Let me get back to the beginning though. I got a minute or two. I'm going to answer a few questions, but thank you for watching. Let me get to the questions. I think we did this one already. Let's see here. This is an easy one. Al Jahani, what is the most popular sport in Canada? Hockey, 100%. I think hockey is the most popular sport in Canada. I don't watch a lot of hockey. You might think all Canadians watch hockey. I don't watch a lot. In fact, people really missed hockey during COVID-19 for sure. So you might think, sorry, I was going to say there are still many kids in Canada that their dream is to play in the National Hockey League. Their dream is to play in the NHL. So hockey is a very popular sport here in Canada still, for sure. Let me see here. Turn that off. Okay, the next question is not a question about the topic, so I am going to skip it. Tamer says, what is the difference between popular and famous, and how do we use these two words? So they are very similar. Famous, maybe if someone's popular, a lot of people know them, but if they're famous, many more people know them. But we use them almost interchangeably. Like Justin Bieber is a popular singer. He's a famous singer. You can use either. Popular means a lot of people like him. Famous means maybe that a lot of people know him. So maybe a slight difference but generally we do use them almost interchangeably. Next question is about IELTS. I'm going to skip it. Next question is about kisses. I'm going to skip it. Next question is from Manower from Saudi. Hi, Bob. In my view, I think you're a celebrity and I'm a big fan. Well, thank you, Manower. That's very kind of you. Let's see here. A lot of questions here that are not on topic. Lucia de Fatima. Hi, Bob. Can we say that we indulge in some celebrities? We wouldn't use the word indulge. You would use the word follow. You would say, I'm a big fan. So let's say you really like Ronaldo, the football player. You could say, oh, I'm a big fan of Ronaldo. Or you would say love, even though it's not romantic love. Well, maybe it is for you. But anyways, you would say, oh, I love Ronaldo. I'm a big fan of Ronaldo. I just love watching Ronaldo play football. So we wouldn't really use the word indulge when we talk about people. Let me see here. Last question from Awan. Awan says, hi, Teacher Bob. I'm going to just kind of fix some things here, Awan. Do celebrities protect themselves with security in your country, especially in the city center? Yes. I would say many celebrities have a bodyguard, or they just might have a couple of people that they travel with. Depending on how famous they are, it would determine whether they have one or two or more people who are part of their security team. So for sure, you will have people sometimes who are famous in Canada and in many other parts of the world who do have protection. Okay, they have security around them. Hey, thank you for watching. By the way, I'm Bob the Canadian. You're learning English with me. If you're new here, you should click the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. Remember, this video will have all of the user questions removed, and I will put a version of it out in a day or two, probably Sunday morning my time, where it'll be shorter and it's just the lesson only. So look for that. I know many of you like to re-watch this with the English subtitles on. You should do that. If there were certain parts that you didn't understand, please do watch it again. And I do want to say thank you to, again, all of my members, all those people who clicked the join button. On my screen, it's right there. Thank you so much for helping to support this channel. You are helping me make small changes along the way that will continue to increase the quality of the lessons that I can produce. But anyways, thank you to Dave and Todd for moderating the chat. Thanks to Brent from American English with This Guy for hanging out in the chat with us. I think he was the only English teacher here today. Sorry if someone else was here and I missed you. Thanks for watching. I'm going to click the end button and I'm going to say bye to all of you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will be doing a live lesson tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. It will be a question and answer lesson. Do watch it. But for now, I feel like, once again, I'm starting to ramble. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for the 500,000 subscribers. If you are someone who clicked that red button at one point in your life, you're awesome. I love it. Thank you very, very much.